Carolina is bringing you the first alert tonight. The White House is rescinding its memo that called for a freeze on federal grants and loans. It comes after a federal judge halted the freeze just minutes before it went into effect yesterday. Now today we're getting a clearer picture on what funding isn't affected and what funding the president still wants to examine.
And Fox Carolina's Christina Feliciano is joining us now. Christina, we know there are a lot of questions about what this means for really all of us. And tonight you're breaking down what this all means for us.
That's right, Dan and Justin. The past week and a half has been full speed ahead for the White House as President Donald Trump continues making moves in his first days back in office. One of those moves now in question less than 2 days after it sparked widespread confusion across the nation and even right here in the upstate. But to understand where we are, let's go back to how we got here. The order came down Monday evening from the White House Office of Management and Budget. The Trump administration said the move was necessary to know where federal money is going and to ensure all funding complies with the president's executive orders. But this left lawmakers, public officials, and millions of Americans in limbo as to what programs would be affected by the pause. Fast forward to Tuesday, a federal judge temporarily halted the freeze minutes before it was scheduled to take effect. At the center of the confusion, though, a memo from the White House. The memo made it seem like all federal funding would be paused. But the White House says the freeze is for discretionary funds and grants used by different agencies. They say it does not affect public benefit programs like nonprofits, Medicare, Social Security, or free reduced price lunches in schools.
And Christina, now that the White House has made it clear that those public benefit programs were never part of the executive order, that was a concern, though, at last night's school board meeting in Greenville County. So what did the district have to say today and last night as they were trying to figure out exactly what funding was going to be affected?
That's right, Justin. I mean, this was a huge talker during that school board's committee meeting. They said if the freeze went into effect, they would treat it as a government shutdown, which, I mean, government shutdowns have been looming in the past. So this would mean that the school district would use fund balance from the general fund and food and nutrition services until the federal revenue remains or resumes. But again, school lunches, nonprofits, Medicare, and Social Security are all public benefit programs, so they are not part of the executive order and funding will continue. Dan and Justin, back to you both.